few videos ago, I showed you a number of thrifted patterns. Some of them were quite vintage, and I asked you to let me know which one you would like me to make. Let me show you which one came out the winner. Hi, I'm Caroline, and thanks for joining me today. Let me tell you what I'm wearing. This is probably one of my favorite patterns. As I'm sure you know, if you've seen any of my prior videos, New Look 6517. This was just made out of thrifted fabric. Got a little design feature, as I call it, stolen from the Azalea dress, Style Arc Azalea dress. And you can use scraps with it. So instead of cutting it on the fold, you just cut two separate pieces and then sew it down and do some top stitching. It's this little version C right here, crop top. It goes with a lot of things. Yeah, I love that pattern. Okay, so the winner of those patterns was Simplicity 7655 from 1997. The skirt. And oh boy, this is right up there with one of the easiest patterns I have ever sewn. It's just 4 pieces sewn together. Put your waistband on and hem it, and it's beautiful. And it's beautiful and lovely and flowy. And I think the size that I did was the large. Yeah, the large. The waist on the large is 32 to 34, and I have like a 41-inch waist, but it's fine. As I'm sure most people know, it's just less gathering around the waist, which is fine with me. And then the hip is 42 to 44, and I think my hip is about 43. So yeah, I did the large size. Let me show you a picture of it. Now, this fabric that I made it out of is not the original fabric that I showed you, because I didn't have enough of that fabric. So I picked this rayon, and I made a couple of blouses to go along with it. This beautiful rayon from Fabricland. Oh man, this is gorgeous, beautiful, soft, and washes up so nicely. I was really happy with it. And here's a picture of me in the skirt and this same top. Now this top is the same one as this, the New Look 6517. Bit of a cropped, and it's with the two of them combined, I kind of think I look like a big spider web, to be perfectly blunt. And you may have seen that right off the bat. I love the pattern. It's a beautiful pattern, but combined, it really does have kind of a spider webby kind of look. Let me know what you think. It looks like it could be a dress because of the two parts together, but I still love it, and the fabric is so perfect for summer. So that worked out very nicely. Now, the next blouse that I made up to go with it is this New Look 6284. And here's a picture of me with that. Now, this pattern was actually quite easy to make. Except I did have some challenges. As I've mentioned before, I don't know why I didn't adjust for it, but it's in my head now, because I definitely have probably a slightly concave chest, and I do have to adjust for that. And so this was much too wide and over my shoulders. So I ended up just putting a horrible dart in here. And instead of it being square, it kind of goes down a little bit, because the view that I actually did was view D here. This one's got lace, but anyway, it turned out fine. It's a pretty one. I had to do it on the front and the back. And I like the length of it too. It doesn't look much different than this New Look one in the pictures, because, the shoulders are kind of similar and kind of looks like a dress. But I think this with a pair of white pants or dark blue pants would look pretty nice. Well, let's hope we have enough warm weather to last so I can wear some of these clothes, because autumn, the feel of autumn is coming quickly, and wanting to sew for it, and I hear other people talking about starting their autumn sewing, and yeah. Anyway, I'm still in the summer sewing and I don't want to let go, especially because this is my first summer sewing, but I do love how this blouse turned out. Now, for some sharp-eyed people, they may look at this and think, boy, that looks familiar. And it is virtually identical to the Sinclair Bloom square neckline top. I just had both patterns. I never even realized how similar they were. Now, the Sinclair one has a couple of sleeve options, which I love. And again, this is a square neck. I may even try hacking this into a dress at some point because I really like that look. Now, this one, there is a sew-along with, for this version, with Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles, which I'm sure everybody, her fabulous channel, she is fantastic, and her sew-alongs and all her hints and everything have just helped me so much with my sewing journey. Just love her. She has a few techniques that she does on this, and I haven't actually gone through the Sinclair instructions to see if the instructions are what she has followed completely, or she's kind of done some things on her own. But you use the burrito method, and there are a couple of easier ways of doing it rather than the way the pattern here, whoops, wrong pattern, the way the pattern here did it. Not a lot though. It's basically very similar, and it's such a quick make, so I was very happy with that. But if you've got one or the other, I don't think I'd buy both like I have, because if you're going to buy it, buy the Sinclair one, because it's got these sleeve options. So this new look one, well, it actually, you know what? I say that too fast, because this one has a flutter versions, which these do not. And this has got like a tunic version, which these do not. And it's got lace options, which are probably not that hard for somebody to figure out. So buy them both. Then you'll have tons and tons of options. Don't listen to me. Anyway, I thought that looked quite nice, but it does again look like a big spider web. And one of the things I have to show you, it's just funny, is my husband and I went to a market yesterday, a farmer's market, a fantastic one. And we came across this one stall with this woman who made these beautiful brooches and earrings, and it's called Skink's Insect Craft. And I bought this spider. Isn't it fabulous? This is made from metal, and what else is it made from? Epoxy metal, glass, and acrylics. And you can bend the legs so it sits differently. I know some people might say, a spider, why? It probably doesn't go with this, but since this looks like such a spider web, maybe I will wear it with that. What do you think? I kind of thought it was funny. I wasn't thinking of this skirt and dress at all when I bought this, but I thought, ooh, maybe I should put that on there. Kind of look nice. So let me show you this top with the skirt. Here's a picture. I think this looks the best, don't you? I think it isn't so overwhelmingly of the same pattern. I think it breaks it up quite nicely, and so yeah, I think if I'm going to wear the skirt, this or a white shirt, or because this isn't quite white, it's a bit off-white, would probably look nice. And I have this actually in a white crop top, and I would wear that. But I think the skirt, I think I'll wear it a lot, and it's very flowy and light, just quite wonderful. Just love it. It's the first skirt I've made since I started my sewing journey, and it was just so nice and easy. A couple of patterns that I wanted to discuss. This first one, McCall 7387. Now, you may remember if you've watched my prior videos that I had planned on making this as part of my summer dresses, and I picked it without really researching it much, and I should have looked at Pattern Review and some other, because boy, this is a problematic dress with very poor instructions One viewer did mention that they had made the top, and the problems come in apparently with the button placket, which you have to hand sew the whole thing, and there's a very different slash odd kind of pleat on the back, and I'll try to show pictures of it if I can find some. But yeah, I'm just very curious if anybody else has made it. I've put it to the side for now because I just don't think it's my skill level, and I'm not. It's a lovely dress, but there's lots of shirt dresses out there, and hand sewing a whole button placket does not sound fun to me, and I don't know why they would do that. There's lots of ways to do a sewing placket. It's because, I know it's because it's folded over and kind of hidden that it's like that, but anyway, I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts on it. So in my last video, I had a commenter, Sandra O'Brien, mention that she used McCall's 7948 a lot, and she said it was just such a great pattern for making everyday dresses out of, and I believe she liked version B with the pleats. I'll put the versions or the line drawings up here so you can have a look. And yeah, when I actually started looking into this pattern, it is very, very popular. So thank you so much, Sandra, for recommending it. I was happy to get it, and I'll definitely start it soon, because yeah, I love the pleated as she has made, and I also love this look, the rounded neck, and even this look. So yeah, thank you very much, Sandra, again for that, because that's a good one. So I hope you enjoyed my video today, and down the road I think I'll bring up another few of those thrifted patterns. I've bought some more since, so we can go through those and maybe pick a few or look at the other ones that are left over. It was fun, and the instructions are great. They're no different than now. For some reason I thought, well, maybe they're not as detailed or whatever, but they were great. Thank you for joining me today. Happy sewing. See you next time. Bye-bye.